Zeus motors. Strife, semi-auto, worker pusher arm, love it. 3S lipo, love it. Time for an upgrade. Here's your upgrade. Not together yet, but in theory. Hyperfire. Ooh, pretty, It's gonna get cut up. Chaos. Yes, this is the Chaos. I am putting a Hyperfire in the Chaos, but using the Chaos motors, just to clarify. And no, I'm not trying to copy Drac with his build vlog, because I want this for my reference, because not many people have done Rival Elite conversions yet. Hopefully I'm starting a new thing, but let's do this.
Alright guys, here we go, getting a lot of progress done today, and this is only day one of work. Obviously Chaos has been completely annihilated, and you know, I've been watching my YouTube videos, just keep passing time. As you can see, I have dissected a Hyperfire. Like, that's all I need. I need the magwell and I need the conveyor belt. Sorry for the noise in the background, guys. I got a rock tumbler going to clean up some metal parts for a different project, but so far this is all I need. Magwell, mag release. I'm gonna have to get with somebody to figure out a way to do an extended mag release somehow, because this is gonna sit about there more or less. Obviously I gotta do a lot of shell trimming in here because of the shell inside of the Chaos, all the ribbing and stuff, and maybe trim off some more of the Zeus, the Hyperfire. Up here we got a lot of trimming to do into the battery weld to make space for the motor, for the conveyor belt. Plenty of room for my lipo once I get it. I think I'm going to go with a 4S, I don't know yet. Or maybe the mag release is going to be fine the way it is. I might round off this though. But oh, excuse me. Sorry about that. So far this is turning out a lot better than I anticipated. So let's keep the fun train going. Alright, for those of you who love the Hyperfire, please forgive me, because there's not much left. But we're getting ever closer. I think I have about 3/16 of an inch left to get the belt for the conveyor of the Hyperfire down to be in line with the Chaos flywheels. So let's keep this ball rolling, shall we? Alright guys, cross your fingers. Housing's not in completely yet, but this is jerry rig setup. I got a single terminal for one ultrafire to the flywheels. I've got 2 leads to a switch to a lipo for the conveyor belt of the Hyperfire. I got 18 darts loaded up. Let's see what happens. Oh, this is going to be fun. Alright, slight project update. Fits, obviously, by the test fire. It works. For those of you who love the Hyperfire, prepare to cringe, because this is all that's left. Literally the magwell, mag release, pusher belt, pusher motor, which I gotta swap that out because I ripped off the terminals. And the other half of the shell is pretty much cleaned out. Had to make one final cut on the Hyperfire piece, and I accidentally broke it, so it's got some glue going on right in there. So we're gonna fix that up, see if we can't salvage this. Otherwise I gotta cut a new one, and I don't want to do that because this is taking a while. Man, this project's fun. Here we go again. If you plan on replicating this, this is how much of the Hyperfire you need. Literally, that's it. Alright guys, I've lost track of the days, but after going through almost 2 bottles of E6000, great industrial strength adhesive, awesome stuff. No mixing required. Some pieces of long strike shell from the buttstock. Those are as reinforcement to keep the Hyperfire in. This thing's coming along nicely. I just started getting the epoxy putty for gap fill in. We're moving right along, guys. Can't wait to keep this train going. Here we go. Alright, so I've kept going with the epoxy putty on the mating half of the shell to fill in for gaps. As you can see right here, I'm going to have a hole. I'm waiting for the E6000 to dry on these pieces, because what I did was I assembled the blaster in full, put down some blue painter's tape on top of here, and anywhere that this piece would touch, let it dry, put the epoxy putty down, let it dry, and now I'm coming back making sure it stays secured to this half, and then we'll go from there. So then I can fill in the hole that's over here and whatnot. Alright guys, we got a quick update for Kronos. One thing as I've been building this is that I've noticed when I do test fits and putting in mags, that when I was putting in the Busby 20 round mags, it was doing this, a lot of flop when it was in. So luckily I had a second Hyperfire for parts, so I have a brand new belt, a brand new belt motor, because I cut too deep in the other one, so I needed a new one anyway. But I noticed that the mag well is the exact same, so I just doubled it down, so glued the second mag well in, and now there is little to no play in the mag anymore. So just a quick little thing, that if you have a second Hyperfire and you notice your mags are doing this kind of maneuver, it's time to add some reinforcement. So just trim up your second mag well insert, glue them together, line them up on a mag, glue them together, and you're good to go. This is Testfire proof of concept Hyperfire in a Khaos, running on Khaos motors on a 4S LiPo. This is just a Testfire. Please mind the volume, it will be extremely loud. You have been warned. Well, my friends, Pandora is alive, and she is a very, very, very happy and ready to meet you, because other than just screwing it together and then cutting down the old battery tray to make a spacer, because the firing switch is right in here, which I gotta add more epoxy in there, so that I can put the spacer in to prevent my wires from getting ripped or hitting that. But it's alive. I need an angle foregrip, but it's alive. Yeah. But here's 12 rounds. Proving that there is nothing to hide. There's your mag. There's your Khaos flywheels. I'm not hiding anything on this one. The way I wired it is so unless the rev trigger is pulled, you cannot, you can pull the trigger all you want, but it won't do anything. But at the same time, if you pull the trigger, the rev trigger gets pulled anyway, so I really don't even need the rev trigger anymore. But, it's there. So here we go. this is just on my 2S for testing purposes, but Pandora's alive, folks. Can't wait to get the 4S charged up and get this bolted down and finished. It's been a long time coming for me, guys. Here we go. Pulling main trigger only, which causes the rev trigger to pull itself. Alright, we're going to try a F10 555 B-Mag with 15 brand new Raytheon darts. Here we go. So that curve definitely affected the rate of fire. Let's try something else. Alright, we got a Buzzbee 20 round straight mag. Again, brand new Raytheon darts. I did order these on Amazon and they're just great darts. I am very particular about which darts I use when I Nerf because my blasters are just, well, I could rip the heads off at any time if I reuse darts, so I need brand new ones at all times, but that's just me. So let's see what happens with a straight 20. See the rate of fire. There we go. Now that's what I'm talking about. Here's one final look at the internals of Pandora's box. So you got your Chaos motors, the Hyperfire belt with double stack clip well, the stock Chaos jam door still functions, so that's awesome. Your pusher belt motor, falling down. And you got your trigger with two Cherry 16 amp micro switches, and they just work pretty darn good. Oh, that's a great sound. And then if you ever forget to pull the rev trigger, pulling the main trigger fires, but still does both, so that's awesome. One thing I did notice when I cut the micro switch in, it was sticking up into the battery tray, so to protect that I added this piece of, I cut down the old battery tray for all those D cell batteries, and they'll kind of pieced it together. This one is to cover up the pusher belt motor right over here, so this piece protects it when the battery door is open, so nothing damages the wires. And then this one's to protect the switch and just to give a smooth resting place for my LiPo. So overall, it's ready to go back together. So Pandora's complete. Based on that firing demo, hope you enjoyed how crazy fast this blaster can keep up. And the pusher motor for the belt is still stock, so that helps. But part of that has to do with this big boy. It's a 4S LiPo, 14.8 volt, 2250 milliamp hours, 65 to 130C discharge LiPo. That's pretty much the juice behind it and how it gets crazy in an instant. But when I started building this, I wanted to be able to use just about every magazine there is. F10 555 banana mag, which looks amazing. Doesn't really feed as well as straight mags, but that's okay. These Buzzbee mags are just flawless. I do want to get a Worker 22 and try that, but I also wanted to be able to take 25s because that just looks cool. Yeah, so that'll work out. But yeah, if you have any comments, suggestions on Pandora or just about me in general, please feel free to drop those in the comment section below. Anytime, guys. This is Pandora's box. Took me 8 months of blood, sweat, and tears, and I couldn't be happier. I cannot wait to wreck some small children or friends. whatever comes first in a Nerf war with this, because it's very well balanced. In the meantime, guys, I'm PeteFuzzyPete, and I will see you next time. Peace!